Welcome back. It's day 5 of Fall Camp 2024. Y'all, please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Starting off with the routes on air, Nico looking really good, throwing the ball to Brew, throwing it to Squirrel. Two players that we are expecting to be starting this season. Now, we have heard some rumblings that maybe Chaz Nimrod could get the start in the slot position. I could maybe see that in some situations. I just think that we have so many different bodies and things like that that what we'll do is just kind of come out with a whole different lineup. Not a whole different, but y'all understand what I'm saying. We'll come out with a different look based off of who we're facing. I think that Holden stays in that entire tight end room will help us out with that. Right here, man, Chris Brazzell, so confident. I'm super proud of him because he's put on the weight, but in almost any clips that we kind of get behind the scenes, like outside of what we're looking at right now, I think that Chris Brazzell has been scoring touchdowns. So we talked a lot about that with Mike Matthews in spring. Now it sounds like Chris Brazzell is kind of, picking up where he left off at coming out of spring here in fall camp. And it just sounds and feels like he's been very, very dominant. Now, at this point, y'all, this is day 3 of us having shells on, right? So we should look a lot more consistent and crisp, which we do. Now, there was one pass that was kind of out of the reach of Caleb Webb. Maybe he could have caught it, maybe he couldn't have. Right here, let me say this real quickly. Peyton Lewis, that's a true freshman. He looks like a grown man. He's going to be a stud. I can't wait to see what he does out in the scrimmage coming up on Friday. But again, man, we should be very, very crisp, and there will be some drops. I know that some people kind of freak out whenever y'all see drops, but no one's ever going to be perfect. You can go to an NFL practice, and if you watch it long enough, you're going to see plenty of drops. That's just part of football. Okay, so it's definitely not any cause for a concern. But I will say this: I feel like the players are operating on a higher level than what we saw in spring, and than what we've seen, period, out of any Coach Heupel team here in Knoxville. Now, what we have right here is the offensive line. We got Cooper Mays going along with Lance Hurd, and Lance looks like he's getting better. Okay, so that's good. We thought that maybe he would be kind of worked into some things gradually, just kind of pick up the pace. I think that Larry Johnson looks really good as well. And then number 60, that is Jeremiah's Hurd. He's huge. And, he still has a little ways to go. He's very new to playing offensive line. I think we'll see him here in just a second. But, yeah, I think that Coach Ellaby's done a great job with this offensive line just because, last season we're asking ourselves, well, can he, find good players? Is he, good at developing talent? Now we got guys like Aiden Bustle, Sham Umarov, who could play for you for sure, but will they? You know what I'm saying? Like, are they going to be starters? So we just have so much depth on this offensive line. Right here, we have Jeremiah's Hurd, and you can tell, right, that he looks great, but he just has to get more consistent, with his reps and things like that. But that will come. I have absolutely no doubt about it. He's still very new to it, and I'm excited about the future of this offensive line in general. Guys like this right here, William Satterwhite, this is an absolute stud at the center position, in my opinion. I think that he's going to be a star in the future. Now, we've got our defensive line just kind of going through this shoot, just working over this dummy. This is just fundamental stuff. What I love about it, though, is just getting out of it, right? So the shoot is the tent that's kind of over him. That just keeps you low. But then once you get out of it, once you get done with this drill, to go in and make a play, I love that. I think we've got a great defensive line staff for sure. But, yeah, there's several bodies. Like we always talk about Big Okoye and, how much he's kind of been picking weight up and just filling out. We always talk about it, but this is an embarrassment of riches up front. So I am super proud of the way that they look, though. I think that they've bought in so much to it. Guys like Carson Gentle coming in as a true freshman. He looks a lot bigger than I thought he would. So proud of that right here. We got Big E. And I think that he was our best run stopper, at least on the interior last season. He's a star. I think he's going to have an absolutely phenomenal season. Right here, this is Coach Chop. We always talk about how instrumental he is to pretty much everything that we're doing right now. He is a star, obviously. Y'all know who that man is right there, Robert Ayers, ball for life. But just kind of going back to how deep that defensive line is, I don't think that the coaching staff gets enough credit for how good they actually are. We've got 3 star coaches. And that's part of the reason that we have this much depth. They had to build it up. So super, super proud of them. Dominic Bailey looking good. Tyree West looking good. Listen, guys, we're going to be able to get after their quarterback. I can't wait for the season to start. Now, right here, Christian Charles, what's he going to give you, right? So here, looks like he's playing at safety, but will we work him in some at star? I think that everyone inside of this entire room, taking a look at Boo Carter, taking a look at Andre Turntine. Right here, we have Jamal McCoy. I think that we try to rotate everyone, some, right? Like, somebody play a corner and then you go to star, then you go to safety. I just think that you need to cross-train everyone just because that adds depth. And we have been doing that. So I see no reason that we will not continue to do it. But, man, Jamal McCoy is going to be absolutely outstanding. I love what I've seen from him so far. I know what it's kind of going through the drills, kind of going through the motions, but you can tell. It doesn't take a whole lot just to tell when someone has it, and he definitely has it. I think that Boo has it for sure, and you can tell that Coach Banks is really kind of honing in on that coaching now because it is go time. Boo has got to step up for us. He's got to be ready. I love what Kobe Thomas brings as well. I think he's a guy he's just a natural leader, and you see how big he is. He's got great size, looks really good in and out of his transitions. I think that he's a guy that, in my opinion, I like him more at strong safety, but he can also cover. And then we've got John Slaughter, who I feel the exact same way with. But that's going to be it for this one, y'all. Y'all please make sure to tune into our thoughts. That's going to be coming out here in just a minute. But as always, make sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share with your friends, family, and other volunteer friends. We'll see you in just a minute. Thanks. Peace.